Guyana's external debt ceiling has been adjusted from $650 billion to $900 billion, and its domestic debt ceiling from $500 billion to $750 billion, following a motion moved by the senior minister with responsibility for finance on Thursday.
Honorable members, I will now put the motion. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. The motion is carried.
The motion was debated for at least 6 hours and saw at least 8 speakers contributing to the subject. The senior minister with responsibility for finance, Dr. Ashni Singh, told the House that the APNU-AFC opposition members are peddling the narrative that debt is bad, but insisted that responsible borrowing is needed to achieve the targets set out by the current administration. APNU-AFC's Joretta Fernandez, who rebutted the motion, posited that her party is not against the increase in debt ceiling, but rather against PPP excessive borrowing.
Mr. Speaker, oil-dependent Guyana must implement fiscal reform that promote transparency, accountability, and responsible debt management. But instead, the PPP is a stranger to transparency and accountability.
Meanwhile, government ministers Colin Crowell, Vindhya Prasad, Juan Ejil, Deodat Indar, Zulfikar Mustafa, and Prime Minister Mark Phillips all supported the motion and spoke about how budgetary increases for their respective sectors have impacted the lives of Guyanese. Amanda Desir Ganesh Mahipal and Joretta Fernandez spoke on behalf of the APNU-AFC, and each shared the common view that the PPP administration has been less than transparent and accountable with regard to handling the nation's finances. The external debt ceiling of a country sets out the limit a country can borrow from outside sources, such as international banks, while the domestic debt ceiling speaks to the borrowing limit from sources within the country, for example, local banks. The last time the country's external and domestic debt ceilings were adjusted was in the early 90s. Reporting for HGP Nightly News, Shemar Alleyne.